Hi, my name is Julio Rivera. I'm an activist, journalist, adventurer, veteran, television presenter, and businessman. I've covered many of the major historical events going on around the world over the past several years, and after watching regime changes, conflict, and historic elections globally, I've come to the conclusion that the most underreported crisis in the world today can be defined in only one word: malware. That's why I've decided to dedicate my time to educating people everywhere and exposing the dangers that exist on the devices that we've become tethered to and depend on for so many reasons in our day-to-day life. Welcome to This Week in Malware. On This Week in Malware, we'll be covering CryptoLocker Ransomware, a game changer that paved the way for the rise of file-encrypting malware. DominantPartition app loads Macs with unwanted advertisements, and SkilledObject is yet another adware app afflicting Macs. CryptoLocker ransomware is typically installed by another threat, like a Trojan downloader or possibly a worm. After installation, CryptoLocker searches for files on the victim's computer, then encrypts them, essentially taking the infected computer hostage. The hackers behind CryptoLocker then demand a ransom to decrypt infected files. In the past, ransom Trojans were limited to locking the victim's screen or web browser's homepage. Their ransom message generally showed a fake notice purportedly from the victim's local law enforcement agency, claiming the victim had committed an illegal activity and must pay a fine using a prepaid card like UCash or PaySafe card. This type of cyber scam dominated the digital extortion niche until 2013, when a game-changer threat called CryptoLocker emerged. Its appearance changed everything and laid the foundation for ransomware development. According to SecureWorks CTU, Security Intelligence Research Team, CryptoLocker infected over 250,000 systems globally within the first 4 months it was released in September 2013. CryptoLocker changed the ransomware game in several ways. First, it was the first to use 2048-bit RSA encryption to make its files inaccessible. The public-private key pair is stored on the cybercriminal's command and control server, and the victim can only get it by paying a ransom. Although CryptoLocker used prepaid cards such as UCash, MoneyPack, PaySafe Card, or CashU, it became the first ransomware to demand payment in Bitcoin. CryptoLocker will cause an alarming message to be displayed on the infected computer when it starts up. The message may demand payment of $100, £100, or €100, 2 Bitcoins, or other figures for various currencies. The payments have increased over time. If the initial ransom is not paid before the deadline, CryptoLocker will offer its victims a second chance to pay a higher amount than the initial demand, for example, 10 Bitcoins. CryptoLocker's message also claims that attempting to remove CryptoLocker code may result in the encrypted files being locked forever. The ransom message reads as follows: "Your personal files are encrypted. Your important files encryption produced on this computer, photos, videos, document, etc. Here is a complete list of encrypted files, and you can personally verify this. To obtain the private key for this computer, which will automatically decrypt files, you need to pay 100 USD, 100 euro, similar amount in another currency." In an attempt to scare inexperienced computer users, the ransom message continues with, "Any attempt to remove or damage this software will lead to immediate destruction of the private key server. Should I pay the CryptoLocker ransom?" There are a multitude of reasons why you shouldn't pay the CryptoLocker ransom. First off, there's no guarantee that paying it will ultimately lead to the decryption of your files. Secondly, paying this fee only supports malware developers, allowing them to continue their illicit activities. Thirdly, removing CryptoLocker with a legitimate security program does not actually endanger your files or prevent you from decrypting them. A lesson that could be taken from being victimized by an infection such as CryptoLocker is to always remember to keep backups of your files at hand. Apply the latest updates to your operating systems and apps. Do not click on suspicious links, and download apps from trusted sites only, and use a comprehensive anti-malware program. DominantPartition is an annoying app that initially seems like a useful software until you see your Mac bombarded with ads. The software isn't necessarily dangerous to your Mac, but the ads that come with it potentially pose a risk. Ads by DominantPartition may lead to suspicious websites containing adware, browser hijackers, and potentially unwanted programs. DominantPartition is thought to enter your Mac computer by bundling with other programs that are downloaded from dubious sources. Computer users should always pay attention when installing new software because the software installer may include optional software. You can choose to opt out for the custom installation option and deselect any optional software that is not familiar or you're not interested in installing. Once installed on your Mac, DominantPartition may alter settings on your web browser. It has been known to affect Chrome, Safari, Firefox, and other well-known browsers. As a result, you may begin to see highlighted messages, ad-supported searches, browser redirects, banner ads, and pop-up messages. DominantPartition may collect your browsing data. Some of the browsing data that may be obtained include what you type in your browser, where you click online, your recent searches, and your interactions with bookmark sites on your browser. The Mac OS may flag DominantPartition as a potential threat and pop up the alert message that reads, "DominantPartition will damage your computer. You should move it to the trash." This file was downloaded on an unknown date. Report malware to Apple to protect other users. There have been several Mac threats that have triggered the same Mac OS alert message. Examples of Adware, a potentially unwanted program that Mac OS pops up an alert message are activity input, operative machine, protocol status, clean parameter, trusted analog, skilled object, elementary type, manager analog, and standard boost, among others. Some of the ads may appear on the pop-up message with their app names misspelled, like activity input showing as activity input with a D at the end. Although the aforementioned consequences of downloading DominantPartition are worrisome, the main risk associated with the nuisance of this app is actually related to the ad that it shows. These advertisements may eventually lead you to potentially harmful websites or apps. SkilledObject is an annoying application that is currently only affecting Mac computers. SkilledObject is associated with browser hijackers, adware, and potentially unwanted programs. The developers who create and distribute such unwanted software do so to generate advertising revenue by displaying unwanted pop-ups, injecting ads directly into the browser, and diverting online visitors to websites that are heavy with advertisements and sponsored content. Apps like SkilledObject are usually distributed via bundles of free software, pirated or cracked software, torrent websites, and spam emails. Once installed, SkilledObject is added as a web browser extension in Chrome, Firefox, or Safari browsers. One of its features is the ability to use trackers to check your online browsing habits. It does this by accessing cookies, tags, pixels, flash cookies, and geolocators. These trackers allow app developers to see what you've been searching for, as well as your saved usernames and passwords. This helps the culprits behind the app better tailor web browser redirects and page transfers, pop-ups, randomly appearing banners, and new tab advertisements. The Mac OS may flag SkilledObjects as a potential threat and pop up the alert message that reads, SkilledObject will damage your computer. You should move it to the trash. This file was downloaded on an unknown date. Report malware to Apple to protect other users. There have been several Mac threats that have triggered the same Mac OS alert message. Examples of adware or potentially unwanted programs that Mac OS pops up on alert message are activity input, operative machine, protocol status, dominant partition, clean parameter, trusted analog, elementary typed, manager analog, and standard boost, among others. Some of the apps may appear on the pop-up message with their app names misspelled, like activity input, showing as activity input with a D at the end. The ads shown by SkilledObject make it a potentially unwanted app, as many of the websites that the ads lead to can potentially add more potentially unwanted programs to infect your Mac via these online threats. That's why many experts are recommending the removal of SkilledObject should you find it on your Mac. If a potentially unwanted program or browser hijacker has infected your computer and your browser is redirecting to suspicious websites, you may need to take the appropriate steps to undo the changes made to your browser. What to do? Here are some manual steps that may help to resolve the issue. Remove suspicious programs or browser extensions, especially programs you don't recognize. Reset the browser to default settings. Clear out your browser cache and the DNS cache. If the browser redirects persist, then it is advised to run a reputable anti-malware program to scan for, detect, and remove browser hijackers, adware, or potentially unwanted programs from your computer. You know, as I think about the dangers that exist online, not unlike the subjects we learned about in this video, I know I feel a lot better having an anti-malware program like SpyHunter installed in my PC, providing me the protection I need against malware, and I think you should too. SpyHunter 5's strongest features are found in its malware repair capabilities. SpyHunter 5's remediation algorithms dive deep into your system to remove and address complex malware issues affecting PCs today. While many anti-malware products only flag and quarantine malware and ultimately fail to fully remediate the root problem, the SpyHunter 5 remediation algorithm detects, quarantines, and programmatically repairs malware problems on your PC. SpyHunter 5 is a powerful PC utility that repairs malware threats in many cases where other competing anti-malware and antivirus programs may fail. To detect and remove malware for free, go to enigmasoftware.com and download SpyHunter today. Thanks for watching.